By subscribing this channel, you already come into the next step ahead to know about the new update games, especially new best MMORPG that you need to know and play. Please help this video get 200 likes. Thanks. Top 10 High Graphic MMORPG Android Games 2024. You can support this channel and send us a special thanks. Legend of Bogia. Legend of Bogia. This game will become the most played MMORPG on mobile. It has a NFT game with an Ethereum base. The open world is the main concept. Actually, there are some platforms that support it to play, which are Epic Games, PC, Android, iOS, and everything will be connected with one account. Asia Europe server is available to select. Visit the lobby to meet other players, then go to explore the open world. While exploring the world, we can get into a blow-up wing to fly around the area. This is a crafting-based game to make a weapon or armor. After we kill the monster, then we'll get a different color of blocks, which is a really important item to trade and craft equipment. Marketplace is available in-game to trade for a weapon. We can also trade it to a specific NPC, but he will buy our item under value. So we really need to grind killing the monster frequently to obtain those items. There are unique features like creating a new world just like a Roblox. Don't worry about everything that has been prepared by the tools that are available. After we publish the area, then he will get a passive income based on how many players come into our world that we created. Legend of Bogia is the best MMORPG games for Android iOS 2024. Fairy Tail Travel M. Fairy Tail Travel M. This is a new brand MMORPG that was made by a single developer, which is pretty impressive, right? Look at how the game's graphic looks like. It's pretty bright and so colorful. The ambience will make a fun vibe. The game size is quite small, which I would say this game has a Legend of Neverland in the next level. By this game's visual, we can easily guess if it has an auto navigation features, which will really help the player to make it an autoplay into the next mission. We will start with 4 different characters with a different weapon they have, which are Physician or Healer, Cantor or Magician, Demon Hunter or a Gunner, and Berserker as a Sword Master. Every hero will have 4 regular sword skills, which every skill will unlock when we reach a certain level. The ultimate skill will need more time to reveal until each reach 100%, but I noticed how long the cooldown of dodge action. It has 45 seconds. It seems the developer wants the player to do a no autoplay game while in combat, because the enemy will spam a skill continuously and we should get out from the red circle by the dodge button. I love how Fairy Tail Travel M has a day and night cycle, which will create a realistic atmosphere. This is the best scenery in the world to dive into. This is the best MMORPG for Android iOS with a high graphic and has confirmed with an English version. Sword of Mystic Shoe. Sword of Mystic Shoe. Wow, finally we find no autoplay MMORPG with a Chinese game base. Seriously, everything we find and listen to has a Chinese theme at all. The music, the character design, and also the names of every NPC is really Chinese. I think this is the first MMORPG with no autoplay and combat we found right now, which this game is on early access and not released yet. That's why I can see how it needs a lot of effort to solve any issues, especially the graphic stabilization. The gameplay of Sword of Mystic Shoe is we will pick male or female, but the character's customization is not detailed yet. After clearing the main mission, then we can select the primary weapon and learn a new skill based on the weapon we are choosing on. The combat mechanism is quite fast. Blinking the action and jumping will help us avoid the incoming attack. The game settings are set into a dynamic visual, but it will cost a lot of points energy to run the game into a maximum graphic, but overall we will see how detailed the area and objects around us are. We can enjoy the whole thing through flying. It will unlock when we reach a certain missions. Absolutely the new best MMORPG no autoplay game Android iOS. The Legend of Condor Heroes. The Legend of Condor Heroes. The new MMORPG nowadays has a high graphic. Seriously, I love how detailed and sharp the visual it has. Even the UI design is pretty clear, will make the player feel enjoy playing it. The game size is pretty big with a 16+ GB. That's why it has a similarity with PC level. The Legend of Condor Heroes was made by NetEase Company, which is well known as one of the most popular developers who made a high-quality MMORPG. This game has a lot of storyline and long prologue with so many cutscenes throughout the conversation. Even I feel like we will have a less combat battle than the story actually. The combat mechanism is very fast. We can unleash every skill as much as we can without thinking of the stamina because it's unlimited. Those skills only need to be waiting for a cooldown time to finish. After facing several enemies, I think the enemy will not spawn randomly. They will respawn when we face the mission only and have a smaller area of fighting. This is the best MMORPG games for Android iOS 2024. Moonlight Blade. Moonlight Blade. This MMORPG is the best example of MMORPG that the developer should follow because even we set the setting graphic into maximum or a higher setting, but our phone can handle it without any hit, and it's pretty surprising for me. When we reach the city, I realized how busy the city is that full of active players keep unleashing the skill continuously. It makes the game get alive at all. The character doesn't have any flashy skill, even the skill unleashed so quickly. The combat mechanism will let the player destroy any object we touch by our weapon, or when we knock back the enemy into the object will create a ragdoll physics effect. Such a great attention to detail by the developer. This game will become your first option if you're looking for a freedom games because we can fly in the sky and jump multiple times to reach a higher spot around the city. By this action, we can easily reach a further area in a flash. The best new English game MMORPG high graphic games for mobile 2024. Forsaken Evil God's Quest. Forsaken Evil God's Quest. I don't even know if this kind of MMORPG still has an interesting point of view from the player's side. Look at how everything is opposite made for the players in many aspects. Let me tell you, it has a VIP based game on with a fully autoplay game. Even when you don't touch any single buttons, then the game will move by itself. It seems so weird how the developer create the game like this into mobile. To be honest, I feel like don't play any game because actually I feel like watching the game. It's totally different meaning between those feedback. This MMORPG has 4 different job selections with a variety of weapons. We'll be able to drag the skill into the enemy we wanted to lock on. I doubt if this MMORPG has so many bots and not the actual players playing it, because the way the player walking at the same times with a massive number tell us if those players are not the real players. Please comment about this kind of MMORPG in the comment section. Thanks. Rise of Guardian. Rise of Guardian. I really want this game to come out to mobile as fast as it can because this MMORPG has the best futuristic design on many aspects of the character design and also the building interior. The game starts with a character selections of assassin, warrior, fighters, magician, and gunner. These all heroes will show us how the evolution from a human form into a robotic form with a high visualization. The gameplay of Rise of Guardian is every hero will have 2 weapons as the secondary and primary weapon where we're able to switch between those equipment. Mostly one of the closest combat and one with long range combat, which we can determine our fighting style. When we see the city, it has a great futuristic concept with a next gen concept. Seriously, the developer really wants to describe on how the world will become through this game. Unfortunately, I found an auto button on combat mechanism as well as the auto mission, but overall I would recommend it to MMO lover to get a new experience. Best new MMORPG cross-platform games for mobile and PC 2024. Prison Tale M. Prison Tale M. This is the most played MMORPG 2024 for mobile. Seriously, there is ton of players who are active on playing it right now. It's more than 100 players actually. The main reason is it has a faction war between two sides of Thames Crown and Morians. The PvP is pretty good and will run perfectly in a massive number. Seriously, the game is no pay to win MMORPG. We can build up the hero based on the character status that can be distributed only when we gain the point after leveling up the hero. The second main point is to boost your hero's power by upgrading the weapon and armor and make it become a higher grade, and your equipment will become so shiny with a cool aura. A pet system would be a great option to increase as well. When I see the game's graphic, it feels like I'm playing a classical MMORPG. No wonder it's ported from a PC, but seriously, on the mobile version, it has a way better graphic and visual rather than the PC. Prison Tale is the best no pay to win MMORPG and most played MMORPG for Android iOS 2024. Sil Road Online. Sil Road Online Origin Mobile. Finally, we have seen so many PC games come back into mobile platforms, and this game is one of the best examples of how the developer really makes the actual gameplay and features of PC into mobile. But of course, the graphics have enhanced multiple times, and from the game's trailer, we can see the comparison between the original PC and the newest version of mobile Sil Road Online Origin Mobile. Look at how the maps, skill, features, characters, and also how the world looks like. The developer successfully keeps the original version, which will attract the Sil Road player to replay this game again. Hopefully, we will see no pay to win MMORPG just like the original version. You can get the update through the YouTube official channel. Luna Saga. Luna Saga. This game is the best recommendation for you if you are looking for MMORPG small size and work perfectly for low-end devices. The game size is only 1GB, which is a very small size and has a smooth gameplay with a high graphic. I love how fun the music and cute character designed. There are 6 different classes and every class can be upgraded to become a better rabbit option class. Then the strength will increase significantly and boost the skill power. The developer makes the game much easier to navigate and control because it has an auto aim assist when we lock the enemy and also auto navigation mission, which will help us on finding the mission in auto track. My advice to the developer is they should combine some server because the number of the server right now is way too much, so the player can play it within a higher number of players. Best chibi MMORPG games for Android iOS 2024. Bonus Spire. Bonus Spire. This game would be the right choice for everyone who's looking for a casual MMORPG gameplay with a smaller size which has less than 1GB. After playing it several times, I didn't find any PvP features. If you know which level that I should reach to get the PvP features, then please comment on the section below. Hopefully the developer put it a PvP because I can see how the player taking seriously on crafting the weapon and armor to become shiny. Seriously, this MMORPG is a good for a newbie player because after we finish in fighting the monster, then our HP will recover automatically. This is the best MMORPG for everyone who loves no autoplay MMORPG games for mobile 2024. Hi everyone, please help this video by a single action which only taps the like button to support this channel grow bigger and bigger. See you on the next video, thanks.